Looks like we have our first round pairing. We're going to be watching Alex on the left side, playing Zombie Fish Delver. There's that Delver I was talking about. And Anthony on the right side, playing Burn. Assumedly a mono red Burn, but if it's something else, we'll know pretty soon. Looks like players are shuffling. Just trying to figure out who's going first and getting the game started. And like I said, we do 3 rounds here at Other Realms for Friday night and Saturday Night Magic. And then after those 3 rounds, the winner will be crowned. Looks like Alex rolled a 12 and is definitely going first on this one. You see on the screen Gurmag Angler. That would be the zombie fish in the name of Alex's deck. Alex is a huge fan of the Gurmag Angler. During Khan's block, I don't think he played a single deck that did not have Gurmag Angler. Anthony, a big fan of the mountains. Usually in Commander, he brings his Goblin deck. Also loves to play Burn in Modern, so if Anthony's sitting down, not surprised to see him on a red deck. We will see how it goes. Like I said, I presume that Alex is taking the play, but we'll find out soon enough. Looks like a mulligan, so we're slight delay on the game getting started. You got to get you got to get a good hand to begin it. You don't want to start if you don't have the right tools. So throwing that one back in. Alex seems like he's keeping it, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, very healthy metagame right now for Pauper. A lot of diversity, a lot of different styles and strategies. These are 2 of the more common ones, 2 of the known decks. Definitely Delve is a big impact on Pauper, and any format you're going to have a solid red deck. So 2 known decks should be a good matchup. Anthony's debating the keep. Looks like it's a tight call. Looks like, okay, he is keeping, getting the scry to the bottom, and we have a game, folks. We have a game. Anthony ended up keeping a 1-land hand, but he has a lot of one land burn spells. I'm counting 13 damage with that 1 land, so he's more than halfway to winning. We'll see if he can get it done quickly enough, though. So Alex leading with the tap land, passing turn. I anticipate a Rift Bolt. Yep. Suspend the Rift Bolt, so that's going to deal 3 damage to him next turn. To Alex. Alex continuing with his turn now. Plays an Evolving Wilds. He's opting to take this turn off of playing an untapped land because he has a Delver to play, which is going to hopefully flip for him next turn into a 3/2 flyer. Right now it's just a 1/1 without flying. Okay, so 3 damage off the Rift Bolt. Anthony found a second mountain. I think he's about done wanting to find mountains. He doesn't want a whole lot of lands in this deck. He wants to draw the burn spells. That looks like a Syrian Blaze. Because he had Landfall, it's going to deal 3 damage to the creature, and then it also deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. So Alex, on turn 2, before he even starts his 3rd turn, already taken 6 damage and had his creature destroyed. Syrian Blaze. Thank you very much, Jake. This format, unlike Battle Bond and Commander, I'm hoping to know most of the cards, but we always got Jake there to keep us real and keep me in check. So he will be sure to pop that up, especially if I call it as a wrong card, because I know he likes to pop those up when I'm wrong. And if he could say it, I'm pretty sure he'd agree right now. Again, if you're out there on Twitch watching us, we appreciate you joining us here on a Friday night. I know you got other stuff you can be doing right now. We're coming to you from bright and sunny Honolulu, Hawaii. Still sun shining out there right now. And there's other stuff we could be doing here too. But Friday Night Magic, if you're a Magic lover, there's only one place you're going to be on a Friday night, and that's somewhere flipping cards. And so that's why we're here streaming it for you. And like I said, I hope you enjoy the show. If you're out there, let us know where you're watching from. Always fun to hear where you guys are, because we're at a weird time zone. It's pretty much just us on our time zone. So we get a little bit of guys from Australia, some people from the mainland. Who knows? If you're out there, thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll get some good games in tonight. So Alex with two blue sources opted to get an island with the Evolving Wilds. And passing turn. Looks like he had some card draw. He had the Augur of Bolas, which I'm surprised he didn't want to play at. Against red, you don't need to get too fancy. You know what his plan is. He's just going to burn you out. So, speak of the devil, there's another 3 damage burn spell. Now, of note, Anthony's last 2 draws have both been mountains, which is not at all what he's wanting to draw right now. He hit that second mountain. I think he's done wanting mountains. So Alex is going to counter that. He had to return the land to his hand as part of the cost to cast, I believe, deprive. Thank you. I was going to say the wrong thing, Jake. I was going to say the wrong thing. Looks like he ate some Smurf berries, but I don't think the Chain Lightning would have left a blue residue like that. It's still a cool art. Needle drop for that 1 extra damage. So Alex down to 10 now. Took 3 chunks of 3 plus 1 from the needle drop to throw the math off a little bit. Normally, red mages just do math by 3s. Anthony's in the advanced levels of calculus now, flinging in a 1 damage every now and then. Alright, so Alex's turn. Still no board presence, and he's at 10 life. And he just had to pass back. Surprise. Anthony suspending a Rift Bolt. There's another burn spell for 3. So Alex at a virtual 7 unless he draws counter magic. He does have an Augur of Bolas that he can get into play. And he's going to hope to find something to stop the bleed. Something to prevent all those burn spells from getting through. And there's Deprive number 2 with the mana up to counter that Rift Bolt or whatever other burn spell gets thrown at him. Hey, Tomodachi Express, thank you very much for the subscription with your Twitch Prime account. I appreciate it. We've been streaming now. This is our 4th week streaming. We're still learning. We've got a brand new layout made for us by one of our local gamers, and we hope you appreciate it and enjoy the show. Thanks for hanging out with us. Alright. Jake likes to play games with my head, so he switches his view right as I was getting set and used to it. Shard Volley. So he had to sacrifice a land, but guess what? Another chunk of 3 damage. Man. We went from calculus. He just... That math is crazy for red right now. So Alex down to 6. There's another 3 damage. Looks like 3 damage to the Augur and 3 damage to Alex. Alex down to 3. Anthony empty-handed, living off the top of the deck. Red players love to live off the top. We'll see if it works out for him, though. Alright, Alex hoping he makes it through this turn. Didn't get a good look at what Anthony drew, but even if it was a burn spell, I could see holding out and waiting for Alex to tap those blue islands before he cast it. Appreciate the critique there, Tomodachi Express. Yeah, I just saw the layout 5 minutes before we went on stream, and I'm a big fan of it too. Thank you. We're going to try and keep the good work and try and keep it getting better. I was just joined by my cohort here, Steven.
Aloha. Sorry I'm late, folks.
Aloha, Steven. Don't worry about it. It's Hawaii time. It's always on time.
Yeah.
So, Steven coming fresh off the store championship last week. Leaving the island tomorrow.
That's right.
But like I said earlier, it's Friday Night Magic. You got to be where there's cards flipping.
Yeah, Pauper is a great format.
Steven is notorious for playing the spy deck.
Oh, yeah.
With no lands, just flipping over the deck and casting
The best
Balustrade Spy.
The best worst deck. Alex, on the other hand, is notorious for playing blue-black. Probably I think I know for a fact his favorite color combination. Some of the most powerful cards in Pauper as well. I mean, so is red though. Look at this. Anthony. Burn.
Anthony on burn. Alex gained a life off the refuge that entered the battlefield, so down to 1. No, he countered the spell, so he not down to 1. And he returned the life gain land. So Alex at 4. I'm pretty sure Alex, if he had a fish tank, would have a Gurmag Angler in it.
Yeah. There's a little value there with the deprive bouncing the gain life land.
Definitely life gain is something that Alex needs. Anthony's been a bit creative with a couple of needle drops, so he's not on the 3/3/3 train.
Okay.
But Alex back up to 5 now. And this is game 1 of our first round. We only do 3 rounds here. So
Pauper is a format that I think is actually probably one of the more faster growing formats in Magic right now.
they're starting to do events at GPs.
Large events, yeah.
Mental Note cast by Alex. That's going to draw him some cards, and then he has to discard.
There's the notorious Gurmag Angler.
Was that 2 of them? No, just one
Just
Gurmag.
one.
Okay. Jake, you didn't tell me we had emotes coming. Where was the memo? Memos, Jake. Come on.
I also like that the store is now officially carrying Dragon Shield products the day before I'm going to leave.
Well, now you know how Joe felt when he wanted everybody to play Legacy in 93-94.
Right.
And then he left and everybody started playing Legacy in 93-94. It's tradition.
What is the spell here that Anthony's casting?
Needle Drop.
Needle Drop, okay.
That's 1 damage to a player or creature that already took damage, and he gets to draw a card.
Draw a card, okay.
And that's
Wow,
now
I
his
haven't seen
3rd
that.
Needle Drop that he's cast.
I haven't seen that card in a while.
Well, watching Anthony play, you're going to see some red cards that you probably haven't seen before. He loves them. Alex digging away. There's a brainstorm, it looks like. Sitting at 1 life against a red deck is not a good spot to be.
No. He needs to find something.
Anthony got himself empty-handed very early. His opening hand was, after a mulligan, 1 land, 4 spells that dealt 3 damage, and a Needle Drop.
Okay.
And he snap kept.
So I imagine after sideboarding, we're going to see some numbers of Pyroblast and Hydroblast. This just seems like the classic matchup for those cards.
Jake, if you can pull up Pyroblast, Pyro, from Ice Age, both of those. It was a red-blue matching set. And yeah, printed as commons originally, and very clutch cards in Pauper. The Hydroblast is a blue equivalent of this, targeting red. So, Fire Blast, sacrifice 2 mountains, deal 4 damage. And Anthony just crosses his hands,
needs
knowing
to counter this spell here. I mean, he needs to counter every spell.
Yep.
And
That was a big commitment. Throwing away 2 lands like that, very big commitment. Now, luckily, most of his spells only cost 1 red. Most. Not all, though. So, Disfigure is a dead card. But it does flip over the Delver into a 3/2 flyer.
Alex would have liked to see a threat like this a little earlier in the game.
He had one out earlier, but Searing Blaze took care of it.
Searing Blade. Oh, I forgot that's a common.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I think Alex's key to success is a quick Delver flipped or a quick Gurmag Angler.
Yeah, if he can get the Delver out that he plays on the first turn to stick, that's his path to victory right there. So Alex does have counter magic in hand. There's a Cruel Edict, but no targets because Anthony's not running creatures. But he does have Daze.
So he has a Daze, which actually, because
It's a free
Anthony's low
counterspell.
on lands, it might come into play.
Yeah. Well, Anthony back into drawing nothing but lands. He went 3 turns in a row drawing lands,
Yikes.
which is not what Red wants to be doing. So,
Both players here
a little bit of
fans
flood.
of
Or,
foil lands
yeah. Yep.
or foil cards in general.
Well, here comes the Angler. Delved out the Angler.
All right, this is a two-turn clock if it can't be answered,
Yeah.
or if Anthony can't find anything off the top of his deck.
Alex down to 1 life at points in this game. So if he's able to hold off and turn this around, that would be quite an achievement.
curious to see what else he has in his sideboards besides Hydroblast, possibly for this deck. Any kind of lifelink in blue-black. It's gonna be difficult to find.
I'm pretty sure all of his creature cards are coming. All of his creature kill is coming out because he's seen absolutely nothing that would
like
indicate.
the disfigure in his hand right now, just kind of sitting there.
It's a dead card.
He's looking at it now. He's like, this disfigure is doing nothing.
Yep. So, like you're saying, I'd expect Hydroblast and possibly card draw if he's got some in the sideboard.
Is Drain Life a common?
I believe that was uncommon. I'll do a quick check. Jake, if you check, there's multiple versions, so I'm not sure if you'll... Damn, Jake is quick.
Oh,
now,
this is not the...
that is not an official... You can't tell from that symbol, because that's printing. Those are all...
This is also
black.
not the card I'm thinking of, so disregard.
You said Drain Life. We're looking up Drain Life, Steven. That is what we're doing. Drain Life is a common. Printed in Mirage is a common. And that edition that Jake pulled up is Beatdown. It was a box set Beatdown, early Magic.
And Pauper
Wow.
is, as long as the card was ever printed as a common, besides if it's banned, it's legal in the format, correct?
Correct. Pauper, if it was ever printed as common. And every now and then in new sets, they print cards that were previously uncommon or higher as commons, which opens up new decks in Pauper all the time. Peregrine Drake, I believe, the one that untapped lands, was uncommon, became a common. And then...
Also got banned.
well, it created new openings for decks. Alright, so Alex was all set. Anthony top deck Fire Blast for the win.
Okay, yeah, it was just kind of a...
Yeah.
Bound to happen. He's got a deck full of...
Probably 2/3 of his deck are burn spells. He's going to find burn spells. So, but Alex put up a heck of a fight, down to 1 and fighting his way back up. Wasn't as easy a victory as it might have looked at certain points.
So the card I was thinking of was Vampiric Link, an enchantment that whenever an enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life. Kind of a colored
As a sideboard card for Alex?
Yeah.
Hellscream 881, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us here on our stream from Honolulu, Hawaii. We appreciate it.
Vampiric Link on a Gurmag Angler would or I guess we can have a look at his sideboard here.
Yeah, there's players for sideboarding right now. On Anthony's side, I assume Hydroblast or Pyroblast comes in. Just he knows Alex is on control, and Alex isn't going to stray far from that.
Correct.
And then, as we said on Alex's side, getting rid of creature removal. Question is, what's he bringing in?
Yeah, I think the disfigures are an easy swap for any Hydroblasts. Just
I would have been
one
setting
for
them
one.
aside during the game.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to search for them later. Because he knows they're coming out, Anthony knows they're coming out. It's not a surprise. Now, if Paul's out there watching, I know he'll get on me about this. I love transformational sideboards. If Anthony were to go from mono red burn into some sort of goblin beatdown with the sideboard deck, I would be in heaven. I don't think he is. But after, because you know Alex has taken out all the creature removal.
Yeah.
Rip 'em. What's Pauper? Pauper is one of the formats of Magic. There's a whole bunch of different formats. If you're playing Magic, it's like a smorgasbord. There's whatever you want to play, there's a format out there for you. Pauper is a format where all the cards that you use have to have been at some point in Magic history printed as a common.
And that being said, the cards being common kind of keeps the price of the actual decks low, which is another nice thing about Pauper.
Yeah, if you're looking to join Modern, you're looking at several $100s for a competitive deck. If you're looking to join Commander, again, it's an expensive format. Standard is a constantly expensive, format where you're constantly paying. Oh, you're killing me now, Rip 'em. You're
What
killing
is
me,
magic? Hey, this is where the magic happens.
If I have to explain that to you, I'm done. But Standard is always rotating, so you're always buying into Standard.
Right. That's a Pauper is an internal format, never rotating.
So once you find a deck you like, you're good, and then you're just buying the parts to tweak it as it evolves.
Yeah, as new sets come out, it's always interesting to see what commons are printed as the new sets come out.
Exactly.
To see, hey, does my Pauper deck get anything new from this Standard?
Yep.
So it's always something to look forward to.
And reading Mark Rosewater's articles, he's always said that if you're gonna do a theme in your set, it should be expressed at common. So having all the themes for the sets expressed at common means that commons will support a whole bunch of stuff.
Hellscream 881, is this like Pokemon? It is a TCG like Pokemon.
It looks like we found the trolls tonight, Steve. That's what it seems like to me. Hellscream, Pokemon is an awesome game. You got to catch them all. You can't catch them all in Magic. If you could, I don't know where I'm going with this, but you can't.
I think Alex is trying to catch them all.
Alex is? Oh, he's working on it. And he just started back up a couple years ago, but that bug hit him hard. All right, so players deciding on what cards to keep. Hopefully no mulligans. I just want to see a good game here.
Look at Delbert. Look. That Hydroblast right there. That third card right there in the hand.
Yeah, but only one island. Meanwhile, Anthony, burn, land.
Perfect.
I'm
hand.
good.
Perfect hand right there. That's a beautiful hand right there.
Now I saw 2 Fire Blasts. You don't want that many off the bat.
Right, and you're opening, yeah.
Because that's 4 lands you're throwing away.
It's such a powerful card, though.
Ridiculously strong. All right, there's a Rift Bolt.
Anytime you get to do something for free in Magic, you run the risk of it being too powerful.
Yep. Pokemon, you
more
can do
recently,
everything
Energy
for free.
and Standard.
Don't get me started, Steven. Energy had issues. Well, the cards that used Energy had issues. It's an interesting concept, and I'm sure they'll refine it and tweak it and give it back to us in a watered-down form sometime.
I wonder what Alice is looking at here that he's thinking so long on the Delver flip.
Trying to decide if he wants to show it to Anthony or not. Thinking.
Okay, so he looked at the card with the trigger on the stack and decided to...
He didn't want it.
Yep. That's a really nice play from Alex there.
So it was a Geist, an Undying, I believe 2/1 flyer, which he opted not to keep. Yeah, that was a heads-up play. You're not getting your flip, you want to get the card draw.
You're just getting maximum value. So I have a few predictions for Pauper.
Uh-oh.
I think sometime very soon the format is going to be officially sanctioned by Wizards of the Coast.
It has been building.
A lot of players would like.
It has definitely been building in popularity. So I would not be surprised at all by that. So, yeah. I know they did one at Vegas, and the GP before that they had Pauper. I know the professor is gone, and he's a big advocate for the format.
He actually just had a... He just discussed Pauper at SCG Con.
Yeah. Alright, so we had a Lightning Bolt. 3 to Alex. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was 3 to Alex. We got Jake sitting right next to the table, along with the judge at the table side. I believe Ben's judging tonight.
Yep, it's Ben.
And they are making sure to keep everything above the board as far as life totals and all that. Anything you hear me say is just a guess. Hopefully an educated guess, but it comes down to a guess.
Gotta love these foil alternate art cards for commentary.
Makes it interesting. Makes it interesting.
I believe that's a brainstorm that Alex is resolving here.
Yes, it is. Eternal Masters brainstorm. Brainstorm, a very nice effect. Lets you get rid of your stuff. That's the wrong edition, Jake. Thank you, though. See, it makes it interesting for Jake, too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when there's multiple copies of a card, Jake's telling me he can't control what edition. I don't believe him. But we appreciate you, Jake. Thank you very much. So, Brainstorm, a very nice effect that lets you empty out some cards that you don't want in your hand. It also useful when somebody's trying to make you discard. It lets you tuck cards you don't want to get rid of on top of your library. So, nothing on the board yet. Alex is finishing his third turn above 15 life. which
I think if you're at that point, you're kind of liking where you're at.
yeah, he's got
He's
hand.
got multiple.
Oh, jeez.
Looks like 3 counter spells.
4. That one on the left
4?
side was an arena counterspell. So 3 counterspells and a deprive.
But Anthony's hand as well is just stacked. It looks like he's just waiting to pull the trigger here, which is, I mean, you're playing against a blue, counterspell deck.
Yeah.
It's something you have to do.
So Shard Volley, he has to sacrifice a land. Oh, that resource now is going to really hurt him when he goes for those Fire Blasts and the counterspells. So Deprive is going to keep that from getting through, which is going to make the Needle Drops not playable this turn.
Oh, okay, Alchemist. I believe this is from
Shadows over Innistrad.
Shadows
block?
over Innistrad. One, yep.
There's the
One of the
Pyroblast to force it through. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 1 damage to Alex. So that will help him a lot, because just for casting, he gets that trigger now.
Right. So with this creature that Anthony has on the board here, the Alchemist.
Thermo Alchemist. I see. That's why we have Jake.
Yep. I had a feeling it might have been a tapper, but
That's
regardless,
Jake's first victory of the night. He's very happy.
This Alchemist is gonna
Do nothing but
okay,
die.
never mind.
So we have it up there. Hydroblast took it out, but tell us about the Alchemist real
So
quick.
I really like the Alchemist coming out of the board for Anthony. It just gives a lot more play against the control player, where it's a continuous damage dealer. Basically, it's going to deal 1 every turn, and then regardless of Anthony's spells resolving or not, as long as he casts them, he gets to untap the Alchemist and deal another damage. So it just kind of builds up from there.
And while they were sideboarding, we were talking.
Yeah.
Anthony showed no creatures, so all that creature kill came out.
Hydroblast, fortunately for Alex, is a powerful sideboard card, so it's just going to destroy any red permanent.
All right, there's a Lightning Bolt. Very nice one. Followed by a Needle Drop to get some card draw and damage.
Needle Drops are I really haven't seen that card in a long time. It's kind of refreshing to see again.
He's been using them very efficiently. Empty hand, but it replaces itself, so very useful. Because red tends to have a problem finding new cards. Once they've emptied their hand, it stays empty for a while. Rift Bolt, Alex cycling the Lonely Island. Or Lonely Sandbar, sorry. You don't need to pull that one up, Jake. I got it.
Yeah, please don't pull up Lonely Island.
I heard they're on a boat. Alright, here comes another Delver of Secrets. Rift Bolt, is he going for the Delver or Alex? Looks like
I think he
Alex.
wants to go for Alex here, yeah. He doesn't want to be in the position where he's pointing his burn spells at the creatures.
Alright, there's a counter spell. That's the arena version. Looks real nice. Yeah.
Alex is really testing Andy's knowledge of promo cards and alternate art cards. Alright, what's this one
Forgotten
here?
Cave.
Forgotten Cave. Oh, this is just a cycling land, right?
Yep.
Okay.
A whole cycle from Urza is all about stuff being left alone.
Oh,
and forgotten.
wow. Out of the sideboard here as well for Anthony is the Relic of Progenitus. I'm going to give him some game against Alex's graveyard.
That's going to keep the fish in his hand for a while.
That's right.
We got some chat going on over there. Jake is definitely the true hero. He's the one. He set up all the cameras by himself today. He's getting better at it. Does it real quick. But Aloha Rocketeer, also a local hero. Very nice template right there.
Aloha Rocketeer is my hero.
Is he?
Yeah, he's my hero.
In uniform or out?
At all times.
Well, there you go. You're getting a cheer from Steven over here, Aloha Rocketeer. I think you're a cool dude, too. That Rip'em, not Rip'em. Rip'em's cool also, even though... No, Rip'em's nice. He's learning all about it. Hellscream, that's who I was going to talk trash about. Asking about Pokemon. He had me going, you know. He had me going. If you guys are watching, you're all All-Stars in the bottom line of my book. Thanks for joining us on Friday night. You could be doing better stuff, other stuff, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it. Alright, another suspended Rift Bolt. Looks like he sacked the Relic to draw a card and get rid of Alex's resources.
Oh, so is this Evolving Wilds or Terramorphic Expansion on Alex's
That would be
side?
Evolving Wilds.
Evolving Wilds.
Battle for Zendikar version.
I was wondering if he was running Evolving Wilds to shuffle his deck or not.
Yep.
It's kind of nice to play with the brainstorm, give you a little bit of that legacy power.
That's the thing about Pauper. It's all commons, but you got access to a whole bunch of stuff you can do. And it does feel that
Another
way.
needle drop here.
This is not normal burn math. 10 damage, or 10 life is not where you normally see when you're playing red. But yeah, it's just been card advantage every time you cast it. Ignoring the 3/2 flyer, Fire Blast. Alex has mana up.
So Anthony floats 2 mana here, and then sacks the mountain that he floated the mana with for the Fire Blast.
He's seen a lot of counter spells from Alex, but he had more. So Fire Blast, past his turn, and he has another Fire Blast in hand if I'm not mistaken. So that would have been fatal if Alex didn't counter it, because if he didn't counter the first one, he doesn't have a counter. But he did counter it, so that's enough of that. Alright, Alex sacking the Evolving Wilds. Those deprives, they've been saving them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Anthony didn't have anything else there because he would have slipped through some damage.
Yeah,
since
once
Alex
Alex
had
was
to
tapped
bounce
out.
his other island.
Yep. Because Alex right now wants to get untapped lands on board, so he has them available on Anthony's turn. Deprive's been countering, but it's been keeping his land count low, which makes it hard to do. That 3/2 getting in. Here comes an angler.
Very timely after the after the relic is gone.
Yep, he's had time to rebuild. Alright.
Now Anthony's probably thinking here, what does he have for 1 blue?
I think Anthony's thinking he's taking 8 damage next turn. That's 3 to Alex. You got to keep going to the face with it. Once you start, he's already let the Delver through a few times. Just stay focused. Alex gaining a life.
And every bit of life gained here is going to be important.
Oh yeah.
It just changes the cards you need to. Changes it from a needle drop and Fire Blast to now he needs 2-3 damage spells. It's like
He got it.
Lava Spike here.
Lava Spike for 3, Fire Blast for 4 more if Alex doesn't counter. Oh!
Wow. So he ran out of the counters there.
He got it on the last turn he could. Well played, Anthony. Very well played.
As red happens to go in typical red fashion, just draw the card off the top of the deck.